again on GBM. Have you got an opponent in mind? This might be one for you, Daz. Have you got an opponent in mind?
There's a girl. It's 90% that it's going to happen. I don't really want to say a name. She's fought some good girls though. So I'm hoping it comes off. I mean, I shouldn't see why not. If it done, I'm sure Joe will sort that. That's his job, and he's brilliant at it. So no matter who it is, she's doing her work, and that's all that matters.
Nick, you've got a great team around you now. Daz is your main trainer. Joe Alford is your manager. And also, just a little shout out for your best mate, Martha, who does a lot of your strength and conditioning work over at Anytime Fitness when you're not with Daz. Not that you've got any spare time with working full time, but you do get that in there in Anytime Fitness, which I've seen a lot of those clips on YouTube, by the way. Daz, you started off at the Dinnington gym when you first had Nick, and I think was that up until the end of the first fight, or was it the second fight you had her there as well?
Yeah, I think it was first, wasn't it? Yeah.
Unfortunately, that gym had to close, so you're in a position now where you're having to drive up to Doncaster to use the facilities up here, which are brilliant, by the way. Firstly, ideally in the long run, it's not the most perfect setup, I'm guessing, because you both work full time. You're having to drive 40 minutes maybe or so on an evening. I'm guessing as a coach, you'd prefer to be a bit more local. What are your plans going forward?
Ideally, I'd like my own gym in Worksop. Not just to train Nicola. Well, for me, yeah, I will be training Nicola, but I'd also like to get, a couple of amateur coaches, with England boxing involved, so they can like train the kids, they can train the amateurs, the beginners, just basically give the kids a workshop and surrounding areas another option. Because I see far too many kids getting in trouble for silly reasons. And I'll be totally honest, I've had a lot of kids, dads, mums, both of them, will you teach my son to box? Do you know what I mean? And all this, and I'd love to have an hand in that. Do you know what I mean? Even if I'm training Nick and you've got your England coaches, even if it's just spending 10 minutes with a kid afterwards, just doing a little bit of something, or letting them see how well Nick's doing. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, it is for the also reason that life sometimes gets in the way. We both work full time, and it'd be nice to have somewhere a bit more local. But I would like to say that will not, if that does happen, that will not stop me coming over here with Nick, or to Riley's gym in Sheffield. Rob and Gaz, who have been amazing as well. Anytime Fitness, obviously, with Martha, who have been absolutely amazing. Them relationships will not end. They'll carry on. It'll just be a case of they'll be able to come to us as well for sparring. So that would be the ideal way.
Nick, we've talked about what team you've got. The team don't just end with your coaching side, though. You've also got some great sponsors. Do you want to give a bit of a shout out to who you're currently using?
Yes, I've got Martha, I've got Anytime Fitness, I've got Shane, who does all my massages. Then I've got 7 Core Electrical, who are based in Worksop. I've got BRS in Worksop, Carl Noble Electrical, and then I've got the Mallard in Worksop. I've got Howarth Timber, AET, which are based in Sheffield, Richards Boxing. I think that's all of them. Oh, and my new one. My new one, I've got Ebony now as well.
Can't believe you forgot Ebony.
That's the one I was waiting for as well.
Can't believe you forgot Ebony.
I'm definitely posting this to Ebony going forward.
Even I didn't forget Ebony.
You've been friends a long time with Ebony. All joking aside, you've been friends a long time with Ebony, and it's great to see her she's in a position now where she's come from nothing herself.
Yeah.
She knows exactly where you are. She's made it all the way to world champion, and she's now in a position where she can do things like this. So it's brilliant that as a sponsorship. What advice is she giving you going forward?
She's always advised me in boxing and like everyday life, really. But especially when I was looking for like a new gym and stuff like that, and the manager, she said like, make sure you look round and just be sensible, make sure it's right for you. But yeah, she always advised, like if I send her pad videos or sparring videos, she does advise me on stuff and has a look for me, and she got me my sponsorship package together, so like it was like professional, so I could send it out to companies, and that's how I did get quite a lot of my sponsors, because like I did things right. I didn't just message them on something asking for sponsorship. If someone reached out to me, I had like a proper like document to send them and read through and explain who I was and what I was looking for and everything like that. So yeah, she's a massive help.
Going forward then, you had a brilliant 2022. Going forward into 2023, you've got this fight on the 10th. Ideally for you, and this goes for you as well, Daz, ideally, what would you like to be the end goal? How many times would you like to get out this year, and where would you like to be at the end of the year?
Ideally, I probably want to be out 3 to 4 times this year. And this one to probably be my last 6 rounder and start moving to 8 rounders.
Yeah, I'll second that. That's my plan. I've already discussed it with Nick. That's probably why she's nicked it off me and said it. But yeah, I want this to be Nick's last 6 rounder. I wanted to have 2 to 3, maybe 8 rounders. Competition obviously stepped up each time, and then let's see who wants to put some belts on the line.
That sounds like a shout out to me.
Yeah, there's no one in particular. Obviously, Nick's not the type to be shouting and calling people out, so I'm not going to do that. Nick's the one who gets in and fights, but I fully believe in Nicola. Fully believe in her. I really do think that she's going to be a world champion. I really do. And I'm not the only one. Ebony said it. There's people who have watched a spar, who have, opposing fighters who she sparred with, have come to me afterwards. She's a dream to train as well. She does everything that's asked of her, and I do believe it's going to pay off, and I do believe she will be a world champion. I really do.
Sounds like a perfect way to end the interview. Thanks for having Last Bell Boxing up here, much appreciated, and we'll see you on the 10th.
Brilliant, thank you.
Andy for Last Bell Boxing, joined by Nicola Hopewell and Daz Metcalf. Thanks for having us up here, mate. I really appreciate it. We're up at the Wilby Car Gym. This is a place where you've been spending a lot of your time just recently. Fantastic facilities. Tell me a little bit about the gym and who owns it.
I believe it's community owned. It's run by Colin Boyle, who does a fantastic job, and he's been brilliant enough to let us come and use this gym whenever we want. I'd also like to give a big massive shout out obviously to Colin for what we call, also to Robin and Gaz at Riley's gym, who've offered to help as much as they can. Anytime Fitness in Worksop, who have been absolutely amazing. Also like to thank GBM as well, Izzy and his team, who make it so easy on fight night for Nicola, make her feel comfy, no added stress, and it's all a team effort.
They look like a very professional outfit. I was there at the show last time out in Doncaster, at the Doncaster Dome. They look like they're a little bit of a step up from your normal small old shows. Would that be a fair assumption?
Yeah, I think so, and I don't think it's for any other. I don't think it's for any other reason than Izzy puts the time in, and his team, they put the time in. Izzy's also an ex-fighter, so he knows what fighters want and what they need on fight night and what they don't need. But yeah, I think GBM are going places. I really do. think they're going to be a big player.
Nick, your next fight's the 10th of next month. How are the ticket sales going? Have you got any left? And where can they get them from if they still want some?
They are going okay. I have got a handful left. If anyone wants one, if they just drop me a message on either Instagram, Facebook or Twitter, I'll be able to get them sorted out for you.
So like I said, you've invited me up here today, which is much appreciated. There's some great footage that's going to be dropping on Last World Boxing of some pad work you've been doing and some seriously hard sprints. But I'll let everybody watch that. I was cringing just looking at it, to be fair. But once again, thanks for your time, and we'll see you on the 10th.
Thank you.
Thank you.